guys, how's it going? It's Jake with the Clicktool Academy here. Today I wanted to pick up where we left off with the Clicktool tracking campaign creation menu process. So we're going to go over part 2. It's going to be the second page of the campaign creation menu. And this is going to be your click URL. So your click URL is going to be the link that appears on your ads, on your Facebook ads, your Google ads, that redirects your traffic through Clicktool, tracks those clicks, and then takes them to your landing page. It's going to be the link that secures your actual landing page URL and allows you to avoid just pasting your landing page URL on your ads and risking a variety of things from traffic source monitoring to losing a particular page or whatever it happens to be. So you're going to want to absolutely set up a click URL. One, it's necessary for tracking. Two, it's going to allow you to utilize the full advantages that the Clicktool tracking software offers, such as rotating multiple landing pages, rotating multiple offers, using different offer paths, using different landing page paths, whatever it happens to be. Using a click URL is going to allow you to have complete control over sort of the flow of your marketing campaigns in your Clicktool tracking account. So there's 3 main options for click URL. There is the no redirect option, there is the redirect option, and there is the ClickFunnels option. So let's go over each of these and break them down and show you what the setup process looks like. So number 1, we have the no redirect option. This is going to be your prettiest option. It's going to be best if you want to have a nice stealthy looking URL. It's going to be a clean URL from the website that you have your landing page set up on, and a brand new folder sub web page name. And that's going to be your best option if you want to keep it looking very clean. It takes a little longer to set up than the redirect option, but it's worth it a lot of the time to make sure that your website looks good, looks legit. You don't want your customers clicking on a redirect link that's super funky looking a lot of the time. Of course, sometimes you do, and we'll go over that when we get to the redirect link, but the no redirect option is great. So let's go ahead and let's go through that real quick. All right, here we are in the campaign creation menu, part 2 here, the second step. You can see here's the list of the 4 different steps, and part 3 and part 4 are optional, but they're not really optional. You're going to have to do them. So stay tuned as those videos come out in the next few days here. Let's start by, as we mentioned, going over the 3 options, beginning with no redirect. So no redirect is going to be an option you use when you want to keep that nice looking URL that you've chosen in the link. So you don't want some complicated, jargony, technical link as you get from the easy redirect method. You want a real link. You want a link that looks real, a link that's nice, but also a link that's not going to instantly be flagged if your content doesn't meet Facebook protocol or Facebook finds some small little minutia that they don't like. So that's really what it's about, is using a click URL instead of just sending it to your landing page is going to provide you the security of knowing that your direct landing page link isn't going to be compromised. It's also going to provide you the ability to track, because you need to send, really what's going on here with your click URL is you're taking your ad, you're sending a link, you're sending people who click on your ad to a link that is going to send them to Clicktool, take their data and track it, and then send them to the landing page. So it's important that you always use one of these options in your campaigns. And the no redirect option is going to be the prettiest of those options. So let's go ahead and click on no redirect here. And we can see set up your campaign. First, you're going to download the campaign file, which is this file here. You download this. Then in the same way you would any other landing page or web page, you would then upload this file to your URL. You'd give it a nice pretty name. You might stick it in a folder so that it doesn't show up with a .html after it here, and go through that process that we go over again in the masterclass, link in the description. And it's pretty straightforward. They give you the instructions here. This again is going to be that link that you want to use specifically in those cases when you want it to look pretty and you're using a web-hosted site apart from ClickFunnels. So yeah, that's the no redirect option. When you click download here, you'll see you'll have the option to download your little HTML web page here. And this is going to be literally what you're going to do with this is going to just sit as a marker on your website and act as the link to your real landing page URL, which will then be redirected. Even though it's called a no redirect, it's still going to redirect ultimately to that page. The reason it's called that is because it's not going to show that on the URL. So it's the most attractive way to do it. It's going to be the cleanest. It's going to be the best option if you want to keep your page looking nice and keep your customers thinking everything looks legit. So this is a great option and definitely one that I recommend. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to break down the redirect link. This is going to be your option when you're just kind of starting out. Maybe it's going to be your option if you're not too worried about the way that your link looks, because it's the quickest to set up. It's super easy to do. It's also easy to do it's also great to do if you want to really break down how the traffic is moving in a technical sense, to really understand it so that you can utilize that knowledge to optimize later down the road. Because it shows you very clearly what's going on. You can see the redirect link, you know that link is redirecting to Clicktool, and then you can watch physically as the link changes from a redirect link to the landing page URL of your specific landing pages. So it's good for sort of watching that process if you want to look into that. It's also good, yet again, because it's super easy. All you need to do is plug your landing pages into your campaign and it'll work. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Okay, and now let's look at the easy redirect method, or the just standard redirect method. This is going to be, again, when you just want to throw something up easy. You're not too worried about what the link will look like, because as you can see, as I was discussing before, if the no redirect link is going to be a beautiful, nice, relevant link, the redirect link is going to be super weird. Look at that. It's just a bunch of letters and numbers, and it says offer track dot blah blah blah. You know, it's gonna maybe, you know, in certain offers and certain marketing funnels, in certain situations, it's gonna be very sketchy looking for your customers. It's not gonna come across as legitimate a lot of the times. So it's important that you really gauge your product, gauge your audience, gauge the situation you're working with, and determine whether you're going to use no to redirect or redirect based off of that. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand how to do the full process that no redirect takes, this is definitely a great way to go, because it's easy to set up. Also, redirect provides you access to sort of seeing the bare bones, seeing what's underneath things, because you can really just see the process of directly from this redirect link on your ads straight to Clicktool, straight back to your landing page URL. So it's going to really break that process down and show it to you really clearly. So if you want to mess around with it just to sort of understand the process a little bit better, it's a great way to go. Otherwise, if you have the time, I strongly recommend a no redirect a lot of the time. Although there are circumstances where if you don't want your URL just out there for whatever reason, this can also be a great option, because it's just a throwaway, easily replaced redirect link that has no value. You can also buy, I'm not sure how much it is, I think it's like $20 in our store. You can buy your own tracking URL to use over in the settings tab. So definitely check that out, because you can get a prettier link that is your own as well in this method. So look into that. Below that, we also have the visit duration, which is going to be super valuable a lot of the time. This is something you're going to actually have to embed into your HTML pages. Again, if you're not familiar with how to do that, we go through every step, every detail, very easy to understand, very easy to follow in the Clicktool Masterclass. Link is in the description below. But this is going to show you exactly how long each person was on your page, which can be incredibly valuable, because if someone's on your page for 15 seconds, you know they read the first segment of your page and then clicked off. If they're on your page for 3 seconds, you know they just read your headline and clicked off. So you gotta change your headline, or you gotta change the initial part. If they're on your page for 2 minutes, you know that it's actually just the overall story. This is of course all the situation, you know, when you're dealing with optimization, when something isn't working and you're trying to problem solve and diagnose. This is how you could do it using visit duration. So I strongly recommend embedding this pixel into your landing pages because it can help a lot. But yeah, so that's the redirect link, and let's move on to the next one. All right, number 3, we have ClickFunnels, and this is going to be specifically, obviously, when you're using ClickFunnels, when you've built your entire landing pages inside of the ClickFunnels module system, inside of the ClickFunnels program. You're using their domains, you're using their page integration, whatever it happens to be, for those landing pages that aren't on a separate privately owned domain. You are going to want to use this redirect option. So let's go ahead and look this over. Okay, and last but not least, we have ClickFunnels. I kind of explained it already, but I'll go over it again. ClickFunnels is really just going to be what you use if you're actually building your pages, your landing pages, your offer pages, whatever it happens to be inside of the ClickFunnels sphere. They have their own domains, they have their own integration, they've got, you know, everything they're doing it on their own, and they have their own sort of very structured way. So you can't really just add, you know, a new URL. You can't change the URL. You got to use what they're providing. So instead, as you can see when we click on it, we got to embed our header and footer codes into our landing pages. So what that is it's going to be a pixel that sits in the code of your page. ClickFunnels offers a nice little place to put it in on each page. As you can see here, we have very nice and detailed step-by-step instructions on how to do that. But this code is going to it's going to provide you with essentially the same effect as the others. It's going to track the clicks, but it's going to do so after they've already clicked the URL and they've entered the web page. So it's embedded into the page that way. To get more complex than that, if you want to add visit duration, if you want to add other pixels like add to cart, purchase, lead gen, whatever it happens to be, you're going to have to do that once you get to the step 4 here, pixel setup, which we'll go over in a little bit. But for now, just understand that to do the click URL, to do to track the number of clicks to your landing pages, you just need to implement these 2 pieces of code for ClickFunnels. Yeah, that's it. All right, and those are the 3 methods of click URL that Clicktool offers. All of them are great options depending on the situation you find yourself in. I hope you got something out of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in the Clicktool Masterclass, the link is right below in the description. If you're interested in checking out Clicktool, the software, link is also in the description. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next one when we go over part 3 of setting up your campaign. Thanks for watching.